All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Mukakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom, in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. No wanting your brothers to edify. Landing back on this particular video. Real good video. A woman had a dream. And these dreams are getting more vivid, more clearer. You know, like the scripture says, all right? And she has no understanding. None of them really do. A lot of people will have visions and dreams and don't know nothing about what's really going on. And this is where the prophets come along and breaks it down. All right? It breaks all the stuff down. Because we in that time, there's something that she said. Let me get this real quick. Let me get this. Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For our salvation, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. All right. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. But the point is, knowing the time. So we in a time of the great awakening. And what the Lord is doing, the Lord is not selfish. He's actually, like the scripture says in Joel, 2nd chapter, which Peter had made mention in Acts, the 2nd chapter. Or was it the 1st chapter? I believe it's the 1st chapter. It could be the 2nd chapter. I'm not going to get it. I just want to try to make this quick. But that the Lord is going to pour out his spirit upon all flesh. All right? And his spirit is being poured out on all flesh. Now this woman, to make the long story short. All right, this woman right here, she had a dream. Which I'm just going to go to that part. But she's in Canada. And self-explanatory, it says Eve shares dream about war in America and Canada. So I'm going to jump down to, in the beginning of the dream, she basically said that she was in a dog park with her and her dog, with all the people that had dogs. And all the people that had dogs was happy, you know, enjoying life. And she said there was a fence that was blocking from another side. But on the other side of the fence, there was noise and shootings and all this other stuff. And a grenade had jumped onto the other side where they was at. All right. And then she said that she seen some type of high-ranking general come up to her. And this is the point.
White man with brown hair. He comes up to me and he says, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "I'm walking my dog. I don't know. Like, I'm just here, right?" And he goes, "Don't you know that this is a war zone now?" And I looked at him like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're at war." And I looked at him confused, and then he repeated himself. He said, "This is a war zone and we are at war."
So this is a war zone and we are at war. So that's what the man said in her dream. And she was shocked. Right? So we are at war. We've been at war. And this war is now, like according to her dream, is getting closer by the second. What was seeming so far, a far vision, the way people pretend and acting like nothing's going to happen. Oh, it's a long way to go. No, it's right there at your doorstep. Okay? We are at war. And the thing is about to get to a point of no return. And that thing to the point of no return is people are going to lose it. Right? That's why I wanted to bring. I already had some scriptures going for something else, but Spirit had something visual. Matthew's 24. Matter of fact, Matthew 24 and 6. And you should hear of wars and rumors of wars. So are we hearing of wars? We have gotten to the point where you're damn right. We had World War III. Yemen 2 days ago into the fray, into the mix of all right, with the war with Gaza and Israel. So there's no longer a thing of a rumor. Things are heating up. We always bring this out because at a period of time, this thing seemed far-fetched. It says, see that you be not troubled. So because we see these wars going on, we're not supposed to be troubled by none of this. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So the end is not, we're not at the end. All right? We are at the beginning stages of the end. World War III has been talked about highly on all local, international news. We have that's the buzzword. So we are at war, but the war once again is not quite close enough. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation." Now, does it mean actual nations? No, it's talking about the nations according to the scriptures. And the nations according to the scriptures are what? Moab versus Ammon. Ammon versus, well, another sect of Moab slash Israel slash, I don't know what the Philippines are. We got, people in the Philippines, but some of them, a lot of them are Jake. So the whole situation with Taiwan, and Taiwan is trying to get involved because China wants to get Taiwan, and because they control all. That's where the chips comes from. The instrument to make the chips, not just only the Revelation 13:16, but also the chip for computers, missiles, and all that. It comes from Taiwan. Whoever controls that controls the future. So that's another factor. But in reality, the nation against nation is race wars, which I was going to get into that this evening. It says 2 Ezra 6 and 24. At that time, what time is that? That time is Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is international trouble, is all nation trouble. All right. Jacob's trouble is the beginning. This part of the major 3 prophecies is going to take place. That's Jacob's trouble, Revelations 13:16, which is the mark, and the final caveat, which the final caveat is going to come with a lot of goodies. The final caveat is what? World War III. And the ending of World War III, which is going to be the beginning of our salvation. So all this is part of the grand scheme of things. And what the woman was basically saying of a dream, which was dope. I'm not gonna play all of it because I don't want to make this too long. I want to make this a short one. Basically, the war that's gonna spill from the U.S. from obvious reason of civil unrest is gonna spill to the borders of Canada. All right. And it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. So you have these fake individuals with a fake, friend for occasions. They got their occasional friends. Niggas got friends that they could smoke weed with. Some people got friends that they could drink with, go to the club with, All that shit ain't gonna mean nothing. When real adversity takes place, you're gonna know who your true friends are. And a lot of you people, you don't have no friends. Because you are the sack of shits. Okay? And what's gonna make a man turn on his neighbor? Name it. These days, like they had the incident in Brooklyn, can't show that video, but neighbors arguing in a building. It seemed like the guy went upstairs or he went downstairs. I guess they was complaining. And instead of the woman minding her business, Eve minding her business, they was arguing. They went back inside. She comes outside, talked to the guy, touched the guy on his shoulder. The guy got vexed. Then her husband and the son comes out. Son was a young man. the husband or boyfriend, whatever, had a scissors in his hand, stuck it to his face like he probably threatened him, most likely West Indian. Like, I was fucking stab you, da 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 da. Nigga took out his great equalizer, put him and the son to sleep, to never wake up again. Shit is about to get real. People are already losing it. They're already losing it. People are losing the little sanity it is, and society has not broken down yet. So you just can imagine the monster nature of these people when adversity takes place. It says, then shall the earth stand in fear of those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not shall not run, sorry. Whoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape. So all these things is going to happen. Somebody going to have to escape. Real quick, going back to this. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Jumping down 12. And because iniquity shall abound. What is iniquity? Sin multiply. And we live in a society where sin is common. All right? It's common to do wrong in the society. The scripture says in Job 10 that the shadow of death, the place. Matter of fact, let me just get that real quick. 10 and we'll go to the point. A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, where the light is as darkness. So this is where iniquity is abound. All right, is the presence of iniquity is in the presence of this shitful world. So since people exercise these evil traits, right? Since they exercise these things, guess what happens? It says, because iniquity shall abound, meaning all that shit is reigning over, the love of many shall wax cold. So these people are just cold-hearted. And it's only going to get colder by the second. But as the scripture says in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, that for us, brothers, that's in the truth, we're going to, whatever the face of the people are, we're going to be harder. Harder like a flint. Okay, this is the reason why we're going to have a cold spirit. Okay? People are going to be cold. People are going to wish there was some sort of niceness. But don't come to us because you ain't going to get no love from us, period. Because the Lord is building us up for this occasion. All right? For this particular occasion, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is raising his man up. So it's about to turn up. And the brother already had it. Like I said, I'm going to make this long. Second Ezra 16. You said 48? Let's see what it says. No. Ezekiel. Second is a 16. Actually, I should go to second is 15. Second is 15 because we in that stead. In 10 it says, no, 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So people are going to take, by any means necessary, literal. All right? They're going to destroy one another. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. So this false narrative of people love, showing love towards one another, be good to your neighbors, and all that shit's gonna be thrown out the window. It's about to get real out here. Real. That's what that woman dreamt. She dreamt. Whatever is gonna happen in America is gonna spill to Canada. Nations shall rise up against nation. People are gonna fight one another. There's gonna be no love lost. There's gonna be no love gained. It's gonna be a dog-eat world. It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Listen, the way Biden is going, they said 14.5 billion to that war. Well, to that slaughter. It's not a war. To that welfare state. And simultaneously, the news media is victimizing those that's slaughtering another people on this side, making it like everybody's turning against them. So when your children is going to be drafted for this pointless war and for the love of whatever they want to use, people are going to say, F this. When you can't get no food coming to your local stores in your local cities because this president that has dementia rather spend billions of dollars somewhere else, a foreign war, than take care of his own people. When you have all these immigrants that's going to be, winter's coming, so they're going to expect people to house them, and it's going to cost more, and you're not getting paid enough money. People are going to take actions to their own head. When they consider martial law towards their own people, people are going to lose their fucking mind. All right? And a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So the city is going to be troubled and the houses destroyed. So literally, ain't going to be no major cities that's going to be safe. There ain't going to be no safe ground. Everybody's going to lose it because America is proud. It's the proudest place in the world. They will never expect that their society would be that's crumbling. This society that's supposed to be a first world country will be a fourth world country when it's all said and done. It's about to get super nasty, ugly out here. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with swords and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. So lack of bread is what? Famine. So it's not going to be easy to go to, I live in New York, it's not going to be easy to go to the corner store to get anything. Corner store's not going to have nothing. They're going to be closed. All right? It's going to be every man, woman, and child for themselves. And who's going to lose that battle? Ain't going to trust. It's not going to be the men. All right? All that strong, independent women lib and all that shit. I just seen a video talking about women superior. Okay, we'll see when all hell breaks loose. We'll see who's superior. All right? We'll see who's superior. It's going to get fucking nasty out here. Because when it comes down to it, food, a man not obligated to do anything. As long as he can get food for himself, maybe his children, maybe the woman that he's dealing with, they probably be the last ones to get anything. Hey, shit, even to that point, women are going to try to feed the men so to make sure they have enough strength to protect them. It's about to get a major overhaul and for great tribulation. So great tribulation is coming. All right, we heading into some. I'm gonna end it off on this. 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This now also, that in the last days perilous times shall come." Perilous meaning what? Hard to do, to take, to approach, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fierce, savage. So we haven't seen nothing yet. Jacob's trouble is about to get sick out here. All right, y'all can check out the rest of this video. It's real good. And she said that there was a grenade that was being thrown, and the grenade that whoever it was thrown at, they got destroyed. But she said that it was like a yellow force field around her. So who knows? She could be part of the elect. And she said nothing happened to her. So we coming in sometimes, man. Take heed. Those who's taking heed, Lord, may the Lord continuously bless you and build you up. Those that think this thing is a joke, the joke's on you. Shalom.